Silent night, holy night. All is calm, all is bright. That's the lie we sing while our souls are screaming. I'm going to tell you something nobody admits during the holidays. Some of us aren't celebrating. Some of us are barely surviving. While everyone else is posting perfect family photos and talking about blessings, you're sitting in your car in a parking lot trying not to fall apart before you walk into another gathering where you'll have to pretend everything is fine. This isn't another count your blessings video. This isn't about finding joy in the little things. This is a prayer for those of us drowning in holiday darkness while the world demands we smile. Maybe you lost someone this year, and every Christmas song is a knife in your chest. Maybe your marriage is hanging by a thread, and you're about to sit through another family dinner pretending you're okay. Maybe you're financially devastated, watching everyone else buy gifts you can't afford. Maybe you're battling depression so deep that the thought of getting through one more joyful day feels impossible. The worst part? Everyone keeps telling you this is supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year. The pressure to be happy makes the darkness even darker. In the next 20 minutes, we're going to pray a prayer the Christmas cards don't mention. We're going to cry out from the place where it actually hurts. Because God doesn't need your fake smile. He's not afraid of your darkness. And the most honest prayers are often the ones that start with, I can't do this anymore. Here's what's really happening. You're living in a dual reality. There's the world everyone sees, the one where you show up, participate, smile on cue. Then there's the world inside you. The one that's collapsing, the one nobody asks about because they're too busy celebrating. This isn't just sadness, this is spiritual suffocation. You're expected to worship during the season when you can barely breathe. You're supposed to give thanks when you feel abandoned. You're told to have faith when yours is shattered on the floor. And the church often makes it worse. Jesus is the reason for the season. Count your blessings. Choose joy. Those phrases become weapons when you're in agony. They're not comfort, they're condemnation. They say, your pain is a choice. Your suffering is a lack of faith. If you were really trusting God, you'd be happy right now. That's not theology. That's spiritual abuse, disguised as encouragement. Listen to me, your pain is not a spiritual failure. Your inability to feel joy right now doesn't mean you lack faith. God is not disgusted by your darkness. He doesn't need you to perform happiness for him. The most sacred thing you can do right now is tell the truth. Even if that truth is, I don't want to be here. I don't feel grateful. I'm not okay. 3 years ago, I sat in a Christmas Eve service and felt absolutely nothing. Not peace, not joy, not even anger. Just emptiness. My father had died 6 months earlier. My marriage was in crisis. And I was supposed to light a candle and sing joy to the world like my world wasn't ending. I remember looking around at all these families, these couples, these people who seemed so whole. And I felt like an imposter, like I had snuck into a party I wasn't invited to. Everyone belonged except me. That night, alone in my car after the service, I said something I'd never said before. God, I don't think I can do this anymore. Not just Christmas, all of it. Faith, church, pretending. I'm done. I expected lightning. I expected judgment. I expected silence. Instead, I felt something I can only describe as relief. Not joy, relief. Like I'd finally stopped lying. Like I'd finally let God see the real mess instead of the cleaned up version. Here's what nobody tells you. Sometimes the most faithful thing you can do is stop pretending. Sometimes the prayer that saves your faith is the one where you admit you're losing it. God doesn't need your performance. He doesn't need your positivity. He needs your truth. Even if your truth is ugly, even if your truth is angry, even if your truth is, I don't know if I believe anymore. That's not the end of faith. That's often where real faith begins. Let me show you something most Christmas sermons skip. Jesus was born into darkness. Not metaphorical darkness, actual, brutal darkness. His parents were displaced, desperate, with nowhere to go. He entered a world that had no room for him. His first bed was a feeding trough for animals. This is the nativity we sanitize with pretty lights and porcelain figurines. But the reality, it was trauma. It was desperation. It was God entering human suffering at its rawest. Psalm 22 begins with words Jesus would later cry from the cross, my God, why have you forsaken me?" But here's what's profound. That psalm doesn't end in despair. It moves through the darkness. It doesn't bypass the pain. It prays through it. "I am poured out like water. My heart has turned to wax. My mouth has dried up. My tongue sticks to the roof of my mouth." That's permission. Permission to tell God exactly how destroyed you feel. Permission to name the devastation. Permission to cry out without cleanup. Here's the truth that saves me. God is not waiting for you to get better before He comes close. He's not maintaining distance until you fix yourself. Isaiah 53 says, "The Messiah is a man of sorrows, acquainted with deepest grief. Not was once sad but got over it, acquainted, intimate, familiar." Your darkness doesn't repel God. It's exactly where He meets you. Not because He enjoys your suffering, but because He refuses to abandon you in it. Close your eyes if you can, or don't. There's no right way to do this. God, Father, Son, Spirit, whatever you are, whoever you are, I'm here. Not the version of me I think you want. Not the version I show at church, the real me, the wrecked me. The one who's barely holding on. If you're real, I need you to be real right here, in this darkness, in this despair. Not later, not when I'm better, now. I'm angry. I'm angry that this is my life right now. I'm angry that everyone else seems fine and I'm falling apart. I'm angry that you ask me to have faith when everything is breaking. I'm tired. Tired of pretending, tired of trying, tired of showing up when I have nothing left. Tired of prayers that feel like they hit the ceiling and fall back down. I'm scared. Scared this will never get better. Scared I'll always feel this empty. Scared that I'm losing my faith and I don't know how to get it back. I don't have gratitude right now. I don't have joy. I don't have hope. I only have this raw, desperate need. If that's not enough, I don't know what else to give you. I need you to do what I can't do. I need you to carry what I can't carry. I need you to believe for me when I can't believe for myself. I'm asking you to meet me in this mess, not to fix it instantly, not to explain it, just to be present in it, to not abandon me here. Show me you're real in a way I can feel, not in some distant theological concept. Here, now, in the suffocating darkness of this holiday season that's crushing me. I'm not asking for a miracle, I'm asking for a breath. One breath that proves I can survive one more day. I'm fighting voices that say I'm not enough, that say my pain is my fault, that say that if I had more faith, I'd be fine. I'm battling the fear that you're disappointed in me, that you're waiting for me to get my act together, that my darkness disgusts you. I'm confronting the fear that
I'm alone, that nobody understands, that I'm the only one drowning while everyone else is celebrating. God, if you're the God who enters darkness, prove it. Enter mine. Not with answers, with presence.
I don't understand why this is my story right now. I don't understand why the holidays have become a nightmare instead of a celebration. I don't understand your plan, your timing, your purposes. But I'm choosing, barely, desperately, to not walk away. Not because I'm strong, because I have nowhere else to go. Because if you're not real, nothing is. I surrender my need to understand. I surrender my demand for immediate relief. I surrender my timeline, my expectations, my version of how this should go. I place my shattered heart in your hands. Even if you don't fix it, even if you don't explain it, I'm yours. Barely, but yours. Here's what I'm choosing to believe, even when I don't feel it. You are present in my pain. You are not distant. You are not disgusted. You are near to the broken-hearted. You are close to the crushed in spirit. My darkness doesn't define me. My struggle doesn't disqualify me. My inability to feel joy right now doesn't mean I lack faith. It means I'm human, walking through something brutally hard. This season will not last forever. This feeling is not final. This darkness is not the end of my story. Psalm 30 promises, weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. I don't know when my morning is, but I'm choosing to believe it's coming. Not because everything feels fine, because you are faithful even when I am faithless. Isaiah 43. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Not if, when. You knew there would be waters. You didn't promise I'd avoid them. You promised you'd be with me in them. That's what I'm clinging to. Not rescue from the flood, but your presence in it. I am still yours. Even in this darkness, I am still yours. Even when I can't feel you, I am still yours. Even when I don't understand, I am still yours. My worth is not determined by my emotional state. My value is not measured by my ability to celebrate. My identity is not defined by my capacity to feel grateful. I am loved in my devastation. I am seen in my struggle. I am held in my heartbreak. This is who I am. A child of God who is walking through hell and choosing not to let go of his hand. Barely, desperately, but choosing. If you're still listening, here's what I want you to hear. Don't give up. Not today. Maybe not tomorrow either, but definitely not today. Your survival is an act of defiance against darkness. Your choice to keep breathing when everything in you wants to quit, that's sacred resistance. You don't need to be healed to be faithful. You don't need to be happy to be holy. You just need to not let go. Even if your grip is slipping, even if you're holding on by a thread, you are not alone in this. Right now, someone else is watching this video in a parking lot, crying in their car. Someone else is lying in bed, unable to face another family gathering. Someone else is pretending to be fine while dying inside.
There's a community of us, the ones who don't fit the holiday narrative, the ones carrying invisible burdens through forced celebrations, the ones who need brutal honesty more than pretty platitudes. We see you. We know what it costs to show up when you're empty. We understand the exhaustion of performing joy you don't feel. Here's what you do. Survive today. That's it. Don't think about next week. Don't worry about New Year's. Just survive today. Find one person you can be honest with, not someone who'll try to fix you. Someone who can just hold space for your pain. And pray when you can, even if it's just help, even if it's just I'm still here, even if it's just breathing His name. That's enough. Let's pray one more time. God, for everyone listening who's barely holding on, breathe life into them. Breathe hope into them. Breathe your presence into them. For those who have lost someone and every holiday tradition is now torture, hold them. For those whose families are fractured and every gathering is painful, comfort them. For those battling depression, anxiety, financial devastation, broken dreams, sustain them. Give us all what we need most, not answers, but your presence, not explanations, but your nearness, not instant healing, but the strength to take one more breath. Silent nights don't have to be holy to be sacred. Sometimes the most profound worship happens in the darkness, when we have nothing left to offer but our honest, broken hearts. Your tears are prayers. Your survival is testimony. Your choice to not give up, that's faith. The night is dark, but morning is coming. If this prayer touched something in you, share it. Not because I need views, because someone in your life needs permission to not be okay right now. Someone needs to know they're not the only one struggling during the most wonderful time of the year. Your share might save someone's life. I want to hear from you. What's the most brutal prayer you've ever prayed? Drop it in the comments. Let's create space for raw, honest faith. No judgment, no fixing, just witness. And if you see someone else's comment, respond with empathy. Let's be the community the church often isn't, one that can hold each other's pain without trying to solve it. You don't have to face this alone. We're in this together.